The network. It is more than just infrastructure. It is the heart of the connected enterprise, collecting and circulating data wherever it needs to be, to keep business moving, to energize AI, and to make exceptional things happen. But as the volume of data and connections grow, becoming more diverse and distributed, keeping the network running at its best requires innovation. Turn your network into an intelligent powerhouse with HPE, where operations are streamlined using the power of integrated AI, where built-in security is leveraged to protect the organization, users, devices, applications, and AI systems, where data centers are modernized, overcoming legacy limitations and complexity, delivering the scalability and resiliency needed for mission-critical environments, where networking becomes the catalyst for innovation, delivering experiences that are more connected and immersive anywhere, where your network adapts faster, effectively providing for current needs and planning for exponential growth. We are architecting the fabric of tomorrow's connected enterprise. Unleash a modernized network with HPE Security First AI-powered networking.
Please welcome Executive Vice President and General Manager, HPE Aruba Networking, Phil Mottram.
Okay, welcome to HPE Discover Las Vegas. We've been hosting this event in Las Vegas for over 10 years now, and when I'm here, I usually spend my time on stage or in meetings or breakout sessions. But I also make sure that I walk the casino floor, and that's where I got the inspiration for the theme of our presentation today, which is all about raising the stakes. Now, when I sit down at a poker table, I am a very average poker player. Every time I come here, I'll take $100 out of the ATM and I will play it until it's gone. Sometimes it might take 3 minutes, sometimes it may take 30 minutes, but I'm very, very consistent. It's always gone. But it got me thinking, what if I had a team of experts helping me play every hand? Maybe then I would win more often. And now imagine if the casino was just perfect for me. So my chair was just the right height, my favorite drink, a Negroni, was on standby, the chips were lucky, the cards were crisp, and they were playing Money, Money, Money by ABBA in the background. Oh, and on top of this, by the way, I'd have my own team of security guards looking after my chips and making sure that my game was undisturbed. Now, I think with this mix of the right infrastructure and setup and a team of supporting experts with comprehensive security, then surely I would increase my chances of winning. And that's what we're doing for customers. We're helping them increase their chances of winning by providing all of these things, and so let me explain more. When we think about what it takes to win in networking today, we really have to look at things very differently, especially in a world of AI. AI is going to reshape the world as we know it, but it will not happen without an amazing network and IT infrastructure underpinning it. In the past, networks were focused on getting information to and from end users. But today, networks are also about getting information to supercomputers and AI models. And with increasingly sophisticated threats, network security has gone from being important to being mission critical. This is all about delivering security-first, AI-powered networking. And as you heard from Antonio this morning, we're looking at the network as an essential building block for modern IT. And we at HPE are focused on the 3 building blocks. So networking to connect your data securely and efficiently, hybrid cloud to give you the flexibility to run workloads where it makes sense, and AI to help you unlock the value of your data to accelerate outcomes. AI is only as good as the data and infrastructure behind it, and getting the IT foundation right is essential. Do you know that on average, the human brain can process 10 bits of information per second for decision-making and conscious thought? Whereas supercomputers, obviously, are much faster. The world's fastest supercomputer is at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, and it's called El Capitan, and it was built by HPE. It can reach data processing speeds of nearly 2 exaflops per second, and that's well over 1 billion operations per second. So to maybe kind of bring that to life for you a little bit more, if you had a calculation problem that needs to be solved, you could either give it to the entirety of the world's population, 8.2 billion people, and they could work on it for 12.5 years, or you could give it to the supercomputer and it would do it in 1 second. So these levels of innovation are definitely raising the stakes, and the network has to provide the foundation for it all. We're going to go beyond the speeds and feeds approach to networking because we're reimagining the role of the network. When we think about the impact of AI on the network, we think about 2 things: AI for networking and networking for AI. AI for networking means using the power of AI in a platform to help you optimize your network through automation, remediation, and insights-based management. It's like my earlier casino example, having the team of experts with you when you sit down at the table in the casino. Networking for AI, however, means having the right infrastructure in place to be able to take advantage of AI applications and models. It's all about having that perfect setup for the game that you want to play. In our casino example, for me, that includes the right chair and the Negroni, but what does that mean for networking? So universal connectivity, constant uptime, high speed and low latency, networks have to deliver all of these things. But on top of this, today's networks must also be secure, reliable, and AI-driven. Those of you who were here last year heard me talk about the fact that we are in the business of change. So every time there's a change in the world, there's a change on the network. And boy, do we live in a world of change. So for example, 30 years ago, they told us, don't get into cars with strangers. 20 years ago, they said, be really careful when you meet people from the internet. And now I use the internet to summon a complete stranger to my location just so I can get in a car with them and trust that they're going to take me to my destination. We live in a world where there's not much you can do without a network. The role of the network has evolved, and it's everywhere. Booking a flight, calling a car, paying for dinner, and booking a hotel room. If you look back on our history as HPE Aruba Networking, you will also notice another pattern. Every time one of those changes occurred, we were leading the way, driving the changes in networking. With the rise of hybrid work, we delivered flexible networks for businesses coupled with security features. With the introduction of autonomous vehicles, we created powerful networks around the world so that data can travel faster at the edge. I suppose you could say that we really upped the ante, and I'm here today to show you all the ways we continue to raise the stakes. Now, in keeping with our kind of upping the ante gaming theme, and to help me explain this, I'm going to ask a couple of members of my team to join me on stage. So please welcome Lily Gassner and Madani Aljali.
All right.
I think it's worth pointing out we didn't do much rehearsal for the quiz bit because we thought it'd be better impromptu, so we're going to see how this is going to go. Right, but we're going to play a game now.
All right.
Okay? I'm going to ask a question, and you're going to buzz if you know the answer. Okay?
All right.
And, you know, your careers could be on the line here. So, and the rules are the first one to buzz gets to answer, but you have to wait till I've asked the question before you can answer, okay? Right then. So question number one. What Las Vegas resort is also a HPE Aruba Networking customer? Oh, Lily?
The win.
Well done.
Real slow.
Nice shot. You forgot that the Venetian is also one of our customers.
They're actually both right. The Wynn, the Venetian, and probably many other customers on the strip.
that one.
But anyway, we're only allowed one answer, okay? So let's go on to question number two. What is our response to customers' increased needs to protect against cyber threats?
Security first networking?
Bingo. Absolutely right. Okay. And then question number three. What do we call our approach to giving customers the infrastructure they need to deploy AI applications and models?
Sorry. Networking for AI?
Correct.
You didn't finish the question.
No,
Well,
look, you know,
it was
that's
an
where it's
easy
going to
one.
go.
All right.
Okay then, question number four. How is networking for AI different than AI for networking?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Networking for AI is about having the right infrastructure to enable the AI tools. AI for networking, on the other hand, is about using AI-powered abilities to optimize and manage your network.
Correct. Okay, and then our final question. What does ZTNA stand for, and what does it mean? A little bit of cheating there going first, but okay, we'll take your answer.
I forgot.
You forgot. There's like 4,000
Wait. I mean,
4,000
but
people
no,
there.
but Phil, the problem is you never remember what the acronym stands for. You know what it does.
Okay, well, what?
Okay, my turn.
Okay, yeah, I think we've had enough of Madani.
ZTNA stands for Zero Trust Network Access, Madani.
Thanks,
And-
Lily. Thanks for that helpful hint.
It means trust nobody, everybody's a threat.
Sound motto for life. Okay, so thank you to Lily and Madani for helping us with that segment. So as you heard in our very low budget game, AI for networking is about using AI-powered abilities to optimize and manage your network, which is exactly right. So by harnessing the power of AI within our management platform, we're saving our customers energy, time, and money, whilst also giving them the flexibility and control they need to optimize the network for their unique needs. And we do this through HPE Aruba Networking Central. Now, if you're one of more than 250,000 customers using Aruba Central, you're probably familiar with some of the features like client insights, IoT behavior analytics, next generation floor plans, and full observability, even with third-party support. But you may not know that since HPE Discover last year, we've made nearly 1,000 changes to the platform, and we've added close to 250 new features. So we've doubled down on our AI-powered innovation efforts within the platform to reach our ultimate goal which is 0 trouble tickets. The platform has thousands of capabilities, but my favorite of the network optimization is something called the automated power savings feature. So this monitors the usage in your network, and it identifies patterns and makes adjustments to optimize performance. So let's say the platform notices that on Friday afternoons, only 10 of your 200 access points are really getting used. It will start to put 190 of your APs into a deep sleep mode on a Friday, saving you energy and money. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Through HPE OpsRamp software, the platform also offers full-stack network observability and data lake telemetry for both network environments and critical IT applications. And additionally, as I said at the start of the session, every time there's a change in the world, there's a change in the network. And navigating all of these changes can be very difficult. But whether a change is driven by macro trends or geopolitical dynamics or technology innovation, we're making sure that we equip our customers with what they need. We heard loud and clear from some of our customers that they no longer wanted a conventional cloud-based management platform. And so Aruba Central has been expanded to offer new deployment options, including a virtual private cloud VPC environment and an on-premise option that can operate while being completely disconnected from the cloud. This expansion now provides the widest set of network management deployment options available in the industry. And additionally, Aruba Central has increased its global POP locations to make sure that we have very fast and efficient data routing. And we've been continuing to progress on our AI for networking journey. We've been collecting telemetry 24/7 for over a decade now and using that data to fuel insights within the platform. Last year, we added a chat-type interface to optimize search and document summary, leveraging generative AI. And we currently have 1 trillion telemetry points hitting our data lake every day, fueling our insights and making our platform smarter all of the time. And so now we're taking AI for networking to the next level. So here at Discover, we're announcing our new agentic mesh, which will go live in the next few months. So our agentic mesh knits together all of Aruba Central's AI capabilities into a common interface for customers to make it easier for the platform to do the work for you. So what does this mean? It means that Aruba Central can not only monitor the network and identify things that need attention, it can actually do the work to identify the root cause of an issue and then suggest a remedy for you. This means that for any given issue, it's eliminating hours of work for an operator. Our agentic AI is like a new set of teammates that are working 24/7, even when you're sleeping, to analyze what's going on in your network and provide you with recommended actions. Not only does the platform make it feel like you have a larger team, it also makes everyone on your team more productive. Chatbot with natural language search capabilities means that everyone on your team can tap into the expertise of the thousands of users on our platform. And with our AI capabilities, customers can trust the system to take on more and more of the remediation and management work, increasing the impact over time. We believe that this will allow IT teams to be more effective with routine management, and that's going to free up their time to focus on more strategic projects. So Aruba Central continues to offer powerful and versatile network management capabilities, helping organizations meet their security, privacy, and control requirements. It's also worth remembering that the network is also the first line of defense for cybersecurity. The entire philosophy around network security is changing. So organizations are moving to a zero trust model for security. And this approach assumes that any user or device could be a potential threat. So by default, everything is blocked, and then what we do is we grant specific permissions to allow connections based on user roles that dictate what applications people in that role are allowed to access. A similar approach is applied to devices on the network, like surveillance cameras and industrial sensors. So for each of these types of device, we identify the type of device and only allow connectivity to destinations that are relevant for that class of device. Another principle of zero trust is continuous validation. And what does this look like? So as an example, hackers often target old, forgotten devices, maybe like a vending machine, that might only need to be online for 2 minutes a day to upload inventory and sales data. Now, if that device suddenly starts working 24/7, our platform can identify that as an odd behavior and a potential compromise and flag it for follow-up before it becomes a larger security breach. Our platform uses AI to identify this type of strange behavior and alert on it, or if desired, it can actually immediately disconnect the device from the network. Another common use case is allowing third-party suppliers to remotely access equipment for maintenance. And a good example might be an MRI machine in a hospital. So our Zero Trust Network Access Service lets the hospital define a very specific policy that dictates exactly who can have this permission and provides access just to the MRI machine and not an inch more. And so the third party doesn't have any way to access anything else. And this is very different than a traditional VPN, which would let the third party onto the internal network, and they would then have the potential to connect to other devices. We're continuing to consolidate new security capabilities into Aruba Central as part of our security-first networking approach. These new security features aim to provide advanced protection, improve observability, and ensure compliance with regulatory requirements. We're helping organizations mitigate risks and defend against increasingly sophisticated threats. Now, I'm very proud with what we're doing with the Aruba Central platform and our security offerings, but the most important thing about our innovation is what it allows customers to do. So we're enabling customers to up the ante every day, and here to talk more about how they're raising the stakes in their industry are 3 of our customers. So please join me in welcoming to the stage Rish McKimji, who's the CITO of Harry Reid International Airport, Barry Carter, who's the VP of Infrastructure and Cloud for 7-Eleven, and Rodney Linville, who's the Global Head of IT for Nobu Hospitality. Welcome to the stage. So first of all, big thank you. Welcome to the stage. As I said, you're all leaders in your industries and really raising the stakes in your respective fields. And we're going to get into that in just a minute. But first, we thought we would play another low-budget game just to help you introduce yourself to the audience. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask another member of our team to join us on stage for this game. So please welcome John Green. John, if you can make your way onto the stage. Okay, John. So we had a pretty good showing from our team in the first game. No pressure here.
Just trying not to get...
So everyone's got a whiteboard with some markers. What we're going to do is we're going to ask some questions, and we're going to see if John matches with any of the answers given by our customers. Okay. So Question number 1. All 3 of you are with organizations that do business in Las Vegas. So what would you say is the best thing about Las Vegas? Okay. Got some good answers there. Okay, so Rodney, what's your answer?
Blackjack.
Blackjack, yes. Barry?
Slurpees.
Slurpees, there we go. And Rishma?
I plead the 5th. I'm just kidding. It's actually the food.
Food, right. And John, have you got a matching answer?
I'm afraid not. My answer was blazing fast Wi-Fi at the Venetian.
Well, gotta say, I like John's answer there, but yeah, you looked out on that, no joy. Okay then, let's see if we do better on question number 2. So this one's a bit more personal, but you know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So here we go. What is your favorite tropical vacation destination? Okay. Everyone's getting ready. Okay, so Rodney, would you like to lead the way?
Fiji.
Fiji. Barry?
Cabo San Lucas.
Well, hey. Rishma?
Anywhere that has beaches and rum.
That's my answer. And then John?
Phil, it's an obvious one. Aruba.
Aruba, there we go. Didn't think of that one. Okay then, now we move on to question number 3, which is our final question. What is your lucky number and why? So what is your lucky number and why? Okay. It's not that difficult. Come on. Right then, Rodney.
Number 9. Lucky number 9. Family. My mother's favorite number was number 9. She lived on number 9, and I was married on number 9.
There we go. Okay, number 9. Barry.
7-Eleven. That's
Oh,
where
wow.
you get
There
your
we go.
Slurpees and Big Bites.
You got me beat.
Okay, great. And Rishma.
Number 9 as well. I have a little bit of a gypsy blood in me, and this is my 9th city.
Well, hey. Okay. And then John.
I'm afraid I'm pretty far off, but it's 3 billion, which represents the number of endpoint devices being monitored by Aruba Central.
There we go. Okay. Well, look, John, I thought your answers were brilliant, but unfortunately you didn't match any of our customers, so we're going to send you backstage now. But thank you, and wish you better luck next time. Right then. So now that we've had a little bit of fun getting to know our customers, let's learn a bit more about their technology. So we've got 10 questions. So for starters, why don't each of you introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your organizations. So Rishma?
Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon to everybody. My name is Rishma Kimji. I'm the Chief Information Technology Officer at the Harry Reid International Airports. We're actually a system of 5 airports here in the Las Vegas area. Last year, we totaled or surpassed 58 million passengers that came through our airport, which means we had to have a really robust Wi-Fi infrastructure so that those guests could get on their devices. But we're also continuing to increase our passenger count year to year, and it's the most exciting thing in the world.
Right. Okay. Barry?
I'm Barry Carter. I'm responsible for infrastructure and cloud at 7-Eleven. We have 13,000 properties in the U.S. 70% of the people in the U.S. live within 2 miles of a store, 50% within 1 mile. We are a very large wholesaler and retailer of gas, and we have the second fastest delivery of mobile orders in the U.S. And additionally, we're the second largest operator of car washes in the U.S.
Fascinating. Impressions. I didn't know any of that, by the way. But anyway, and Rodney?
Hi, I'm Rodney Linville. I'm Global Head of IT for Nobu Hotels. We have 24 hotels open within the globe, and we have 25 additional hotels and 17 branded residences in development. And there are a total of 59 restaurants operating worldwide within itself as well as within our hotels.
Well, that's great. Thank you for those introductions. So as I mentioned, all 3 of you have this connection to Las Vegas, but that's not the only thing that they've got in common. You're all pushing the boundaries in terms of what you're doing in your industry. So Rishma, since most of us flew in to your airport, probably from out of town, tell us about how you're working to enhance the airport experience and what role does technology play in that?
Yeah, look, our most important consumer at the airport is our guests, and that's those of you who have come to visit Las Vegas. We're the first look of Las Vegas, and we're the last look of Las Vegas. And we want to ensure that our guests are having a fabulous time when they land and when they depart. And so what we're trying to do at the airport is ensure that when you connect to our Wi-Fi, you are confident it is safe and secure. Even though it's a free Wi-Fi, we want you to feel as though when you're connecting to your home Wi-Fi and you're able to do the business and the work that you need to while your kids are watching the programs they want to on their devices. But we want to make sure that as you're going through the airport, your journey is seamless, and so that you can use your mobile devices to get you through the airport, get you an order at Starbucks, make sure that you're able to get through security with your mobile boarding pass. And everything is really prevalent once you're on the Wi-Fi, because we want to make sure that as you are traversing through the airport, your experience from the curb to the gate and the gate to the curb is as seamless as possible, and you're using your devices to get you through. It leaves you with less paper to have to deal with. It has, you're not fussing with your bags and your things, trying to get to your boarding pass. And if we can make that journey of yours easy, then we know that when you come into Vegas, you had an easy breezy adventure through the airport, you're gonna have a fabulous vacation as well. And so we wanna make sure that the guests are priority, they feel safe, they feel secure, and they're able to just journey throughout the airport in a seamless manner.
Great stuff, okay. And staying with experiences that we can all relate to this week, such as staying in a hotel, Rodney, can you tell us about what you're doing to up-level the guest experience and use technology to differentiate Nobu?
Absolutely, Phil. We are looking at guest-facing technology with digital check-in, mobile keys, high-speed secure Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi calling to reduce the requirement of a DAS, smart room controls, guest automation, guest requests, in-room dining, ordering, TV controls, et cetera, operating within the room, but ultimately a secured wireless service for our customers and our guests. Back-end networking, what we do for that is we have operations for PMS would be wired and wireless. Point of sale will have wired and wireless, and security, CCTV, access control, IoT, proactive maintenancing, and preventative measures for staff communication.
Right, okay. Now, Barry, one of the things that 7-Eleven is known for is its Slurpees, and I'm sure you sell a lot of those in Vegas in June, but that's not really all you do, is it? I mean, 7-Eleven is completely reimagining convenience retail.
Absolutely, so we're taking a lot of information from our Japanese owners, and we're really doing a bunch of just-in-time retailing. So fundamentally, we've been investing substantially in our network to support what we refer to as the Retailer Initiative, which is a new proprietary POS that runs entirely on the cloud. Therefore, it needs lots of bandwidth, and it needs a very, very reliable hardware infrastructure, and we've been able to get that with Aruba. We've replaced over 3/4 of the stores, and by the end of September, we'll have all 13,000 stores running Aruba gear, and we're super excited about the technology that they've brought.
And what role has the networking technology played in the transformation?
Well, clearly, one of the big things that we've been able to do is save over $15 million a year in telecommunication costs. And then the other thing is we've dramatically reduced the number of truck rolls that we have to do to sites to help the stores get their systems back up. And so we've reduced the number of truck rolls from 50 a day to 6 a day. And we're really excited about some of the new capabilities in Aruba Central. And we believe that we can cut the 6 truck rolls a day to even more, which allow our associates to keep working with customers, ensuring that they're not waiting in line and they're enjoying their frosty Slurpee as well as their hot Big Bites.
Well, look, I'm glad to hear that Aruba Central, by the way,
Like-
is helping deliver these kind of results for you. And as I said earlier in my presentation, we've been investing a lot in the platform to enable exactly the kind of impact you're describing. Rodney, I know you're using Aruba Central also. Could you tell us how you're using it and what that experience has been like?
Sure. We are using it for centralized device management, real-time troubleshooting, as well as AI-powered detection. We also use it for security and compliance monitoring.
Great, okay. Well, it sounds like Aruba Central is really helping you manage your network across multiple deployments and multiple properties. Maybe Rishma, you have almost the opposite challenge when it comes to network management because you've got multiple networks all happening at once. So how do you manage all of the different users and usage needs?
Yeah, so at the airport we have multiple stakeholders that are visible on our property. That includes all of our airline partners, our concessionaires and vendors, and then also those three-letter federal agencies like the TSA, Homeland Security, FAA, CBP. And we have to make sure that in our network we have segmented it in such a way that it allows for security based on who is accessing the network. But the biggest thing is we want to make sure that we're segmenting the network and the infrastructure so that we can then prioritize what type of the network will go to what types of usages. So not only are we trying to ensure that our guests have the best available network and that they're able to do the things that they want to do on the network, but so do our partners, our concessionaires, and our vendors who have to use it for all of their needs as well, and then our airline partners. We've got to get those planes up and we've got to get the planes down. And so if we can ensure that they also have a good piece of the pie, then they're available to do the things that they need to do. And so segmentation is huge for us. We're putting in a fabric. We'll hopefully be done with that at the end of this year. And so it's an exciting time to see how our network is just becoming better, more modern, and more robust.
And with so many people connecting devices to the network, all of these different parties, I guess security must be a big priority as well.
Absolutely, and we have such a great partnership with HP and our vendors is that we are able to really make sure that our security policies and practices come first. We really have to ensure that the folks that are getting on the different segments of our infrastructure are the ones that need to be on that. And so we use ClearPass to help us with that on our guest Wi-Fi, just to make sure that everybody knows what's happening and we can administer that. We can then observe that and make sure that we have a safe and secure environment.
Good stuff. And Rodney, do you have a similar approach to security?
Yes, absolutely we do. Nobu Hotels has started to deploy a zero trust to protect the infrastructure, guest data, and back of house systems. With this approach, Aruba ClearPass is used to authenticate, authorize, and enforce policies across all connected devices, such as staff devices, say CCTV, TVs themselves, telephones, etc. I mean, actually, to sum it up, all devices are required to operate within the hotel are going to go through the Zero Trust network. And with this approach, it ensures that every connection to the Nobu network is authenticated, authorized, and accounted for, aligning with obligations required for PCI and GDPR.
Got it. Okay. So it seems like you're all using network technology to lead the way and differentiate yourself in your industries. But one of the big themes of our presentation today is all about raising the stakes. So a last question for all three of you is what's next? So how are you going to continue to raise the stakes in your sector? And maybe start with Barry for your answer.
Yeah, so we're excited about the new network infrastructure that we've been putting in place with our partner AT&T. So fundamentally, what we're doing is really transitioning into the networking for AI, and we really are doing a tremendous amount of work trying to improve our overall inventory management, optimizing delivery of our food, controlling waste, and then helping our stores that have restaurants to have improved menus. We're doing targeted advertising in the stores, fully connected to the network. We've created a retail media network known as Big Gulp Media, and we're prompting people in the stores to get merchants favorite products that they would like the consumers to improve. And ultimately, we want to help the 60% of people who stop at our gas pumps, but occasionally come in. We want to help them come in more, right? So we've got 20% of the people that will always come in, 20% never come in. We want to drive that 60% that like to come in the door, and we want to give them more of our great products and satisfy all of their cravings.
That sounds like a good plan. Rodney.
Big gulp. So security is a top priority for us. As cyber threats evolve, we remain at the forefront by advancing in security infrastructure. We're strategically expanding our global footprint, not only adding new hotels, but also introducing branded residences that carry the same commitment to secure, connected, and seamless living.
And then Rishma.
So airports are such a fabulous place to be. There's so much innovation and modernization happening right now, and it's a really exciting time for us. One of the things we're really trying to look at is how can we add in additional automation, and not just automation, but how do we start looking at autonomous technologies coming into the airport to help drive that guest experience. So we're looking at autonomous tugs, autonomous jet bridges, but that's going to take us time to get there, and we have to build the right foundation within our infrastructure and our network. And so what we're looking at is while we are also using Wi-Fi and a wired network, and we're uplifting those to modernize the technologies to be more robust and secure, we're also looking at other spectrums that we can add into our ecosystem. And so we're looking at CBRS, or private LTE, private cellular, and looking at how can we incorporate that into our infrastructure, because we know that wired and wireless are always going to be there. It's not one or the other. It is a compilation of all those spectrums to make our airport that much better and autonomous. And that's what we're looking forward to, because the better we can be, then the better the guest experience is. And ultimately, we want to ensure that our passengers, as they come through the airport, they have an amazing experience. They get to see what Las Vegas is like, enjoy the airport, and really give them the services that they need to make them feel comfortable.
Well, look, that was fascinating to hear. But before you all leave, we're going to have one final game to play to wrap up our session, another very high-class game. And for our final game, I'm going to bring back to the stage Lily Gassner. So please welcome Lily. These have been big budget games. There's been a lot of planning that have gone into these. Right then, so let's see if Lily's been paying attention. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on the board a phrase that sums up the HPE Aruba Networking approach to delivering value to customers, and we're going to see if Lily can guess the phrase. Now, just to give her a bit of a chance, we're going to give her some letters. So let's have some letters. And by the way, Rodney, Rishma, Barry, if you want to help at all, point Lily in the right direction. There we go, Lily, just some letters there. Perhaps if you could guess.
Need some vowels. It's got to have an A in it. Somewhere. Come on.
So your career's on the line here, Lily.
Security?
Security.
Security.
Security first.
Security first. AI-powered networking?
Yes, well done. Security first, AI-powered networking. So look, a big thank you to Lily, and a big thank you especially to Barry, Rodney, and Rishma for being our customers and joining us on stage today. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, as you leave the session today, I want you all to remember the two things that we've talked about. So the first one obviously was security first, AI-powered networking, and that's what HPE Aruba Networking is delivering to our customers, okay? Then the second thing we talked about was helping our customers raise the stakes by giving them the right network infrastructure, zero trust security, and then adding in the power of agentic AI. Now, I'm very confident that we have the right strategy to deliver value for our customers both now and in the future. So we're ready to continue our track record of innovation and continue to up the ante in networking. So no matter what the future holds, whether it's more efficient operations, larger Slurpee cups, post-quantum cryptography, that's easy for me to say, or more, you can definitely consider HPE Aruba Networking as your trusted partner. And we want to make sure that we're there to deliver the innovation you need to win, no matter what game you're playing. Now, before you leave the session today, I also want to remind you to please visit outside the networking neighborhood in the showcase, and also make sure that you attend tomorrow's technical general session, which is back in this room at 8:30 in the morning, led by David Hughes, our CTO. But thank you very much for your attention today, and I hope you have a great HPE Discover 2025. Thank you.